class day, baby. So today, guys, I'm gonna walk you through what it's like to be an educator. Typically, the way I start my mornings on these days, get up super early, get a good breakfast, either take a walk or go to the gym or anything that I can do to clear my mind. Sometimes I read a book. Recently, I've been reading books, so I'm not gonna sit here in front like I read books like that. I don't. But recently, I have tried to read a lot more, and it definitely calms my mind, helps me get focused. But we have a one-on-one class today. We have a student coming from Riverside. And what we typically do is we set up the space, we bring the mannequins out, we bring the doll headstands out, we set up the projector, which is gonna be up there, which is my first time using it too. So it's gonna be dope to kind of see how we can do our theory a lot more efficiently and a lot more visually as well. And our day gets broken up into typically 4 to 5 segments. We have our introductory, which typically is from 10 to 11. So I kind of get to know the student, they get to know me a little bit. I pick their brain, kind of ask them questions on what they want to achieve in their career. What about their barbering career? Are they enjoying, disliking the things they want to learn, how they want to get better, things of that nature. So that'll be typically an hour. And then we go into our theory, which I break down my curriculum. It's really simple. I try to keep my curriculum very, very understandable and palatable because I feel like for a good class and to retain the most, it has to be the simplest it can be. So we have that, and then we jump into our demonstration. So typically we have our live showcase, which is a model that I bring in. He won't be coming in until 2 today. Usually it's around like 11 or 12. So we're gonna have to kind of pivot. And I want to be doing a demonstration today, which is gonna be like almost a creative cut on a mannequin, which a student can watch. And then typically from there, we'll go into a lunch. Or if we're kind of like super locked in, we'll get a snack and just kind of keep pushing through. So I think today we're gonna have a demonstration, maybe get a light snack from the store, and then come back into our showcase and then have our final demonstration then. So today's gonna be very jam-packed with a lot of hair cutting. Our student did mention he wants to do a more medium to advanced course. So I'll be kind of focusing on kind of being nitpicky about the fundamentals because you really can't be creative and get past a certain point until you have the fundamentals down to a point where it's second nature. You know, you're not really thinking when you're cutting, you're creating when you're cutting. So I think that's a big one. And then once you kind of get through all that, we have a dope little conversation at the end. We kind of just break down the class, things that I could do better, things that the class needs or the successes of the class, things of that nature. So overall, it's going to be a jam-packed day. I'm super excited to bring you guys through the process of what it's like to be a teacher and the little things that I like to do to make the experience really dope. But yeah, y'all, follow along. So we can't use it because I can't find the remote. So the problem is I'm going to be teaching here, right? Like this is layers, whatever, right? But then I have to walk all the way up there to change it. Not today. Not today. Maybe next time. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, so today we have the agenda ready. Almost like a mod, but the front is not. We have the design, which is your blueprint. Instruction is what you can leave weight where they have. Oh, yeah, yeah. The sneak orienter. He's gonna be helping us out today. Yeah, so everything falls down on that, right? You just cut everything one way. So the cutting line, your cutting line is what makes them long That's the freshest. It might be this one. No, it might be that one. So I'm gonna start off with layering the top. There's also plenty of ways to do this. You can do the sides first, but I'm gonna do the top first because it's just less messy. And also when you do the top, it gives you an introduction length that you can use from side to side or from top to bottom. Typically a mod or a pixie is about fluidity. It's about the way the hair moves, the way it flows, right? So that's what makes a mod or a pixie look really good. Push-pull, have you heard push-pull? Kind of? Okay. So push-pull only works when you stand on one side. So push-pull doesn't work when you're here and when you're here. So push-pull is only on one side. If I wanted it to be square, I would push away. I even like to curve my fingers a little bit, just because it kind of paints the picture a little bit better. All right, fam, let's see you do that left side. Perfect. So this, remember, this one, what shape are you choosing on top? Square or round? Round. So if you see this, this is coming up square. So round for you would be somewhere in this area. Cool. Go ahead and calm that down. Maybe what I like to do with this is I comb it softly to kind of really start seeing how that's gonna play out. So here, same thing, split it down the middle to get the other half of your haircut. I'm still bringing it up to my final section. I'm not pushing out here, yeah? I'm just pushing to the previous. So it will look like this, opposed to like this. You see the fluidity on the hair? You know what I mean? There's really no buildable weight here. This all kind of like falls off the corner per se. You know what I mean? The biggest question I think you'll really learn a lot is from them is like, what don't you like about your hair? All right, so I'm gonna start really building a lot of that length from that shortest point. So if you want to keep the hair damper, use maybe a tonic or a texture spray. So you can begin to kind of now section that point. But if you don't have a good idea, you can just use your comb, see where the head rounds off, which is somewhere around here. You know the rules, but you made those rules yours, right? So right now we're just gonna go ahead and bring that second line down. Right, so now we have 2 going to 1. And then here I'm gonna check horizontally, right? Make sure we're on the right track, okay, perfect. And that's the beauty of hair. You can do it however you want, as long as you're being aware of the head. Because at the end of the day, only things that truly matter are choice of length, how short you cut the hair, right? Being cautious of the shapes you're creating, and then the techniques you're using. If you go away, it keeps the back longer. So that means the shape you have back here will be longer. You don't want that. I'm lifting the hair from the bottom. So we're gonna put this in the hair here, right? This is what's gonna provide our hold. So when I style this, I'm kind of gonna begin to set the haircut in place. At this point, I'm kind of just trying to flex the shape, yeah? The same thing here, we're gonna take, this hair is coming this way, right? Comb here. You can kind of see where that's gonna lay up like short to long, but I want it to be long to short, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift the hair and use elevation to create a layer instead of doing this to every single one. Right? Yeah, I can just lift this shit, bro. So depending on the hair texture, you're gonna layer a certain amount. Okay? So cut that down the middle. All right, now we have our new guide. All right, here I'm gonna pull towards me. Why? Because I want it to be rounder on the round of the head. All right, my boy Josh about to go through his test. I'm gonna put together everything he learned today. Once you get to the point where you're confused, don't worry about it. Just assess it differently. But that looks funny. See this section? So these techniques really are just gonna guide you, like for your everyday haircuts. That's why that's why I didn't want to give you a specific cut to do. Like for us, we don't want to teach you how to just do a regular haircut or any kind of haircut. Like I said, we want to give you the tools that you need to get to the everyday haircuts. So far clean, bro. Finish strong. Always up front when the oldest speaks, so we're never as dumb as one's supposed to be. Choosing a split by the lift, it be what it be and it is what it is. They say if I tried it, they wild and I'm kicking my shit cause it isn't for kids. Congrats, my boy. Congrats, bro. Did your thing on that shit, man. For real. Alright, y'all, we back. It was a nice 9-hour session. We started at 10. I think we wrapped up like around 8. I just put my hoodie on. I'm about to dip right now. I'm on my way out. Like y'all can see me about to walk out this door right now. But yeah, it was a great session today. A student was great. Josh killed it. So it was a big intro to kind of like what to expect from me when it comes to a class. Even if you guys hear me talk right now, like I'm trying to piece the words together because my brain is so fried. After classes like this, it's so hard to like gather my thought process because I just explained like so much shit in the last 8 hours. So it's been a lot, but I'm super blessed to be able to be teaching, to do what I love, to help people, to not only help people, but also to help myself. I learned so much from these moments. I think teaching something helps you reiterate it to yourself in a different way. So a little nugget for those that want to get into teaching, eventually you want to share information with anybody else, or you just want to get to a place where you're a platform teacher or whatever it is that you want to do. I think the best thing that I've been able to learn is being able to learn as much different techniques and perspectives from so much different people. And I think when it comes down to these classes, I'm able to kind of pick up from the places that my students left off at when it comes to other education or things that they've learned in the past. So I'm able to kind of take that information and reiterate it to in a way where they're able to understand. So honestly, being able to have different perspectives helps you so much when you're trying to communicate with someone when it comes to hair, when it comes to teaching in general. I think it's very important to have a good grasp on different perspectives and stuff. So I think being an individual person with my style, the way I cut hair, the way I do hair, the way I style it, I think has really helped me. So I urge you guys to find your own styles within your haircuts, within your personality, and put that into the world. A lot of my clients or the students that book with me, they book with me because, or they come learn with me is because not only my style, which I am very honored to have you guys think is sick, so I'm very proud and humbled by that. But I think for me, it's also being able to personally be myself. And I think I urge you guys to fully be you when it comes to doing hair, when it comes to living your lives. I think a lot of our clients even like seeing that because our clients are able to relate to us when it comes to the things that we like or vice versa. So thank y'all for joining me. If y'all haven't tapped in, subscribe, like, all that stuff. Peace.